Started. Hello, everyone. So we are going to start lying on our backs tonight because that's just the kind of day. It's rainy. It's been rainy. Although yesterday I was amused that every time my phone told me it was raining, it was not raining outside. But we'll just lie on down and accept the fact that technology is there to help us and not necessarily be relied on. So as you're lying on your mat, I want you to lift up your right leg and then see if you can move it an inch away from your body and then let it settle back down again. And then pick up your left leg and see if you can move it an inch away from your body and let it settle back down. Pick up your head, see if you can stretch that out maybe like a quarter of an inch, and then let the back of your head settle back down. And each arm, lift the right arm, lengthen it and relax it. Lift the left arm, lengthen it and relax. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, let everything go. Let it all relax. Let your feet relax. Just try not to hold on to anything anymore. If it's comfortable, let your eyes close. And then we're going to slowly breathe in. Big deep breaths. Feel your rib cage touch the back of the mat and your rib cage expands, filling up with air. And then exhale everything in. Take another big long deep breath as you fill your belly, your chest, your rib cage up with air. You should be able to feel parts of your body pressing against the roof. And then exhale it all back. One more big breath. We're going to take our arms and we're going to reach them overhead like we're taking a big, long morning stretch. Maybe flex your feet. Maybe shimmy your legs a little bit. And you're picking apples with your hands. And on your next exhale, draw your knees into your chest, coming into a tiny little ball shape. You might feel some stress or some pressure on your lower back here. If you do, release your shins a little bit, loosen it up. If it feels good, squeeze and tighten it a little bit more. And maybe it's a combination of loose and then squeeze and release and squeeze. And now take your knees and gently guide them towards your armpits. You're welcome to stay here, or if it's comfortable for you, flex your feet and bring the soles of your feet towards the ceiling. Stay here or reach for the outer edges of your feet or your ankles, coming into a full happy baby. Breathing in and letting it all in. Go ahead and rock side to side if that feels good for you. And slowly release, placing your feet down on the ground, knees up in the air. We're setting up for a bridge pose, but we're not. It's just a good what we might be doing. And then extend your right leg up to the ceiling, holding your right leg up. Reach for the back of your thigh or your calf, but not the back of your knee. Flex your foot, hold your leg up here. Feel the blood flow, reverse directions. Feel the back of your leg elongate and stretch. If you so choose, you can walk your hands closer to your ankle and slowly lift your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat, bringing your nose and knee closer together. This is a deeper stretch, but not mandatory. And then slowly put your head back down on the floor. Bend your right knee, place your right ankle on your left knee. Sorry about that. And then gently press your right knee away from you. Bring your right knee closer to your shoulder and then gently press your right knee into your face. So it's like you're a butterfly wing. Moving your knee, you're really moving your hip joint. And then gently pressing it back. One more time. And now float your left shin up so it's parallel with the mat. Reach behind your left thigh, gently guide your leg coming into a reclined figure four position. Don't expect a lot out of this. It should feel good. It's early in class. And then if it feels right, gently rock side to side. Release your hands, open into a T, and then rock all the way over to the left, letting both knees come close to the floor, coming into a reclined twist. Take some deep, slow breaths here. Placing your feet on your mat, swing yourself back to center, knees up to the ceiling. Go ahead and draw the left knee into your chest, and then extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Holding onto the back of your thigh or the back of the calf. To feel the lengthening of your leg, stretching through the back. Deep, slow breaths. If it interests you, walk your hands closer to your ankle. Bringing your nose and knee closer together. And then release that. Place your left ankle on your right knee. Gently press your right thigh away from you. And then close your right leg. And then open back up like you're a butterfly. Close and open. One more time. So now reach behind your right thigh with both hands. Lift your right shin and come into your reclined figure. Try and keep your hips square, so maybe you're using your left elbow to press your left thigh away from you. I'm going to try and keep the 90-degree bend in your right leg. Breathe slowly here. And then release your leg, open your arms into a T and slowly drop both legs over to the right, looking to the left. And now roll back to center, placing both feet on your mat. Let your arms come down by your side. And we'll do a slow articulating bridge. So pressing your feet down. Slowly, one vertebra at a time, lift your spine up. We're not in any hurry. Embracing the weather tonight. And then exhale down one vertebra at a time. We'll do that again. Lift up one vertebra at a time. And then lower down one vertebra at a time. Go ahead and plug your knees gently into your chest. Roll to one side. And then carefully press yourself up into a seated position. Taking your time. Coming up to sit nice and tall. Find that tall spine. Getting your shoulders over your hips. And then roll your shoulders. 1 and 2 and 3. And then in another direction. 3 and 2. And 1. Reach your arms out into your T position, keeping your spine nice and straight. Drop your shoulders down, think about getting super tall. And then drop your right hand down as you lift your left arm up and over. I know I'm not mirroring you. It really hurts my brain. Reach over to the right, stretching towards the door. Press your left hip down into the mat. I want you to feel a deep stretch all down the side of your body. Across your rib cage. And then come back up, arms in T. Breathe in and relax. Drop your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Lift and bend towards the windows, keeping your right hip pressing down. Deep stretch through the side of the body. And we're going to come back to center, arms back in T. Drop your right hand down. This time we're going to reach up and over. You can stay here, or if you want, have a little twist, looking back over your shoulder, and then twisting up to the ceiling, and back over your shoulder, and twisting up. One more time. Inhale back to T, back to center, arms here. Realign, and then drop your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Bending up. Again, add that twist if it felt good. Looking back over your shoulder. And then up to the ceiling. And twist look back over the shoulder. And up to the ceiling. Last one, twist. Up, come back up to center. Beautiful. We're going to give ourselves a hug, right arm over left arm. Hold it here, and now see if you can bring the backs of your palms or the palms of your hands together, bringing your hands into an equal wrap. Inhale, lift your elbows up, gaze at the ceiling, and then exhale, draw your belly in, make it feel like a sit-up, but not as mean. And then inhale, gaze up at the ceiling. Exhale, contract everything in and down. One more time, inhale, gaze up. And then exhale, round your spine, draw your belly button. Sit up straight. Release the arms, reach them up, out, and then hug yourself with your left arm on top. Bring the backs of your hands or your palms together. And then lift your elbows, gaze up at the ceiling. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round forward. Release your arms, let them come down by your side. Maybe take a little side wave. And we're going to make our way into our tabletop position. Nice and slow. That's my theme for tonight. We get your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. Even though we're moving slow, we're still working. So I want you to think about your torso hovering parallel to the floor. So your core is active. You're gently pressing into your hands, holding up your torso, pressing into your knuckles and your fingertips. You're thinking about rotating your upper arm bones forward, finding length through your side as your hips draw back over your knees. And then drop your belly into your cow spine. Exhale, slow, arching your back up, crown of your head down. So we're moving to like a 4 count. So you're going really slow as you come back through to your cow spine. Right. Feel as much vertebrae manipulation as possible. And then back into your cat. And into your calf. And last time into your calf. To neutral. We're going to turn our fingers to the outer edge of the mat. And you're going to shift yourself right to left, stretching through your forearms. And then you're going to turn your fingertips towards your knees, shifting forward and back. If it's too much, do one arm at a time. We need to get all of our kids to do this because of their phone muscle. Amazing how much you feel that. And then turn your fingers back around. So keeping on your knees and your shins, you can see if you can lift your palms, the heels of your palms up. So you're stretching your fingers. So you're doing like little finger push-ups. Yeah, perfect. It hurts. Stretch and lift. We'll just do a couple more of these. It's not that it hurts, it's just we don't ever stretch in that direction. And finish. All right, reach your left leg out behind you. Rock back and forth. Stretch out the back of your leg. It should feel good from what we did on the floor. And then lift the leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the knee into your chest towards your nose. Lengthen the leg behind you, and then draw your knee towards your nose. Lengthen the leg behind you, draw your knee to your nose. Lengthen the leg behind you, hold here, find your balance. And now walk your right fingertips out in front of you and see if you can lift your right arm up and balance here. Breathe nice and slow, feel your body working. And now exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Hold again, see if you can balance here. And then lower your right hand, lower your left toes. Drop the left knee back in underneath you. Shake your hips out if you need to. Reach your right foot back behind you and rock back and forth over your right toes. Now lift your right leg up so it's at hip height, toes pointing down, knee facing back. Exhale, draw the knee into the nose. Inhale, lengthen and straighten. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, straighten. Hold here. Check that your hips are even. And then walk your left fingertips out in front of you and explore lifting them up off the ground to find your balance. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. As you bring your knee to your elbow, you're coming into a small arch, lifting your belly button up and over. And now float your left hand down. And float your right toes down. And come back to tabletop. And softly shake your hips. Left to right. Walk your hands one handprint forward, curl your toes, and slowly peel up to a downward facing dog. Lengthening your hips up behind you. We're going to float our right leg up and down 4 times. So lift your right leg up and then tap it down. Float your leg up and tap it down. Try not to wobble too much side to side. Last one. Lift your right foot down, and now we'll do the other leg. Float your left foot up. So we're really working on our balance here. And stay even. Try not to wobble too much. One more.
Back to your down dog. Put your right leg up behind you, draw your right knee in towards your chest, slide your right foot all the way up between your hands. You're in your low lunge, you're gonna lower your left knee down and untuck your toes. Keeping your fingertips on the floor, I want you to let your hips shift forward. And then press back so that your right knee is over your ankle, and then shift forward. And then back. Forward. And then see if you can come all the way back. Flexing your right foot, coming into a half split. Lengthen your back, get nice and straight. Maybe you come all the way up onto your fingertips or blocks if you have them. And then let the right foot come down. Plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then slide the left foot forward between your hands, lower the right knee, let your hips sink as far forward as possible. And then draw back to your left ankle over your left knee. That was backwards, but you know what I meant. Let your hips sink forward, draw your left knee over your left ankle. That's more anatomically possible. And then let your hips sink forward. And then come back, and this time see if you can keep walking yourself back, shifting your hips back. You might need to shift your leg out a little bit, toes up to the ceiling. Come up on your fingertips if you need to try and lengthen your spine. Notice if your left hip got lifted up, and see if you can drop it back. And breathe. And now go back onto your left foot, plant your hands, step back into your downward facing. Breathe. Put your left leg up behind you, draw your knee into your nose, covering your plank. And then float your right leg back up behind you. Right. You're right. Right leg. Step your right foot all the way up between your hands. Yep. Other leg. Oh, it doesn't matter. Don't pay attention to the other. Because I have my left leg. This is my left foot. You're right. I have my right leg up, but it doesn't matter. Come into your low lunge. And then lower your left knee down and tuck your toes. So this time we're going to try and lift our arms up by our ears coming straight up. So we've got that knee over ankle, and then sink forward a little bit, and then press down with that front foot coming straight up, and then sink forward, and then press in, and sink forward. And now press up, hold here. There's a lot of engagement going on in here to keep all of this active and square. Float your hands down, tuck your left toes, and then twist up to the right. Reach your leg back behind you. Get your right hand down. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your left leg or your other leg up in the air. Draw your knee towards your nose. Reach your left leg back up behind you. And now step that foot all the way up between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Lower your back knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms up by your ears. Step nice and tall, trying to get the knee over the ankle. And then exhale, let your hips sink forward. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, strengthen. Straighten. Exhale, move forward. One more time, straighten. Nice and tall. You're pressing down with your shin and your foot, keeping your hips square. And then float your fingertips down, untuck your toes, twist to the left, towards your front leg. Beautiful. And then drop your left hand down, step back to downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog out if you need to. Lift your hips up, no stretch. Float your right leg up behind you, draw the knee to your nose, hover. Float the right leg up behind you. Draw the knee to the nose, hover and plank. Lift the right leg up behind you. So we're going to draw the knee in and step our right foot all the way up between our hands, coming into our low lunge. Try and keep your back leg lifted this time and come into your high lunge. From here, we're going to straighten our front leg and then bend our front knee. Straighten and bend. So you need to keep everything engaged like you're wearing a corset. Straighten and bend, hold here. Feel a big stretch through your left front hip, maybe through your right glute. It's blustery out there, Christopher Robin. And then float your hands down, step back to plank. Lift your hips up. Take a few deep, long breaths. Realign. And then float your left leg up behind you. Draw your knee into your chest. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your knee in, hover and plank. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your knee in, slide your left foot all the way forward, coming into a low lunge. As you reach your right heel back, you press down through your left foot and you start to lift yourself up into your high lunge. Keeping your hips square to the front of your back, you're going to straighten your front leg and then gently bend the knee so it's back over the ankle. Straighten the front leg. If it's too much to have your arms up in the air, you can bring them to your waist or hold on to a piece of furniture or a wall. One more time. Bend and hold. Think about keeping your hips square to the front of your back. And now float your fingertips down. Step back to plank, or to down dog, sorry. Hold here and down dog. Slowly. We're going to walk our feet to the middle of our mat and bring them to the outer edges of the mat. So we're going to forward fold. Our legs are wider than hip distance. We're going to reach our left hand to our right ankle and twist up to the right. Stay folded forward as much as you can. And then come back to center. And switch sides with your right hand to your left ankle. And then twist up as much as you can. And then come back down to center. With both hands touching the floor, start to bend your hips back. Coming into a squat. Whatever version of this squat feels good for you. So if you can't get your heels on the floor, that's okay. I'm gonna hang out here for a couple breaths, but then we're gonna stand up. We're gonna put a little work into it. So see if you can stand up just by pressing down, lifting your body all the way up. And then exhale, melt back down. If you need a wall or a piece of furniture to help you, please do that. If only going down to here is better for you, then you can do that and press back up. You don't need to come all the way down. This is about strength, but it's also a lot about balance. We'll do one more. And we'll be standing nice and tall. Bring your feet together and let your arms come down by your side. And give yourself an inner smile because you did that. Reach your arms up overhead. Hold on to your left wrist with your right hand. Lift up and bend over. Beautiful half moon shape. And then come back to center. Switch your grip and bend to the other side. I think we're coming up on some moon phase, which will probably always be the best moon phase. But there is a sound path. Come back to center, let your arms come down by your side. Reach your arms all the way up. And see if you can bring your hands slightly behind your head, coming into a tiny bath. There's a beautiful sound bath at Harlem Yoga Studio this Sunday night. Not remember the full moon, and then exhale, fold all the way. Let your head hang heavy. Reach for your opposite elbows. And then gently sway side to side. Bend your knees, put some softness in them as you start to shift your weight to roll up one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way up to stand. With your head coming up last, over your shoulders. So line your ankles up under your knees up under your hips, your shoulders up over your hips. And then inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. You can stand all the way back and bringing your arms out and overhead. And then bring them back down to the other side. This time we'll add the step back. So inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Pull forward to plank. Hold here. And then lower your knees. Bend your elbows, bring your chest and chin down to the mat. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. And then on your exhale, press through tabletop to get back to downward facing dog. Breathe again in your down dog. And then gaze at your hands, shift your weight into your palms of your hands as you start to walk your feet back towards the front of your mat, coming into your forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press and lift all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to down dog. And hold here. One deep breath. I want you to feel your body from your fingertips to your heels. So feel that inhale, lengthening your arms, and that exhale, lengthening your legs. Now pull forward to your half plank. And we're going to lower all the way down to our stomachs. You can lower your knees first if you need to. Once you're down on your stomach, lift yourself into your baby cobra. And then press yourself back through tabletop or straight up to plank. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Now shift the weight onto your toes, into your hands, as you tiptoe your feet closer to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, palms touch. And then exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Breathe here. Inhale. And on your exhale, pull forward to high plank. So you can lower down knees, chest, chin, you can lower all the way down to your stomach, or if you're ready, you can lower down halfway. And then either baby cobra, upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. Breathe. Look forward at your hands. Shift the weight into your hands as you tiptoe your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, and then bring your palms down by your side. So you're going to come into your chair pose, so your feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to sit back, bringing our arms out. And then stand back up. We're not going to stay there for very long. And then sit back down. Because we're going to move into eagle legs shortly. So stand back up. One more time. Sit back down. And stand back up. We're going to bring our arms out to the side. Hug your right arm over your left arm. Bring the backs of your hands or your palms to touch. Shift the weight into your left foot. Float your right foot up. And then see if you can wrap your right thigh over your left. Maybe you can hook your foot, maybe not. And then you can start to sit down. Into your eagle pose. Then stand up. Slowly unravel your feet, slowly unravel your arms, and come back down to stand. Go ahead and let everything sort of shake out after that. Knocking on heaven's door. I'm not going to forget what this is called anymore. One of my favorites. It just feels so good. Okay, let's try the other side. So come back to that chair pose. We're going to sit down in our chair pose. Then stand back up, sit down in our chair pose, and stand back up one more time, sit down, and then stand back up. Bring your arms out to the side, hug yourself with your left arm over the right, backs to your palms, hands together, and then bend your knees, shift your weight into your right leg, float your left leg up this time. Cross your left thigh over your big thigh, and that might be your spot. Maybe you can get your legs more intertwined. Maybe not. It's all okay. Lift your elbows up if you can. It might help with your balance. Stare straight forward at something that's not okay. Squeeze your glutes. And then slowly unwind, step it out, do side to side. And we'll come to the top of our mat. And inhale, bring our arms all the way up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lengthen our spine. Exhale, plant our hands, step back to downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. And then float your right leg up behind you. Slowly draw the right knee in towards your chest. And then slide the right foot all the way up between your hands. Turn your left heel down. And cartwheel yourself open into your warrior two. Holding here in your warrior two, reaching your arms out and away from you. Sit a little bit. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Then come back to your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then come back to your warrior two. Bend your right arm, come into side angle, reach your left arm over. And then come back to your warrior two. Bend your right arm. Reach your left arm over. And come back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Breathe here, reach forward. Bring your hand down to your shin or a block or the ankle. Reaching your left arm up. Activate your inner thighs to help you with your balance. And then come all the way back up to stand. We're going to turn both toes to the left side of our mat. Bring your palms to touch your forehead. Lift your heels up, draw them in. And come into your goddess pose, sitting down. Nice and low. Whatever feels good for you. If you want your arms open in cactus, you're more than welcome to do that. Now stand up. Go back to warrior two to the front of the mat. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come all the way through to your side angle. Come back to warrior two. And then cartwheel yourself down. Come to plank. Go through your vinyasa, so knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Nice long spine. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw the knee forward. Stepping it all the way up between your hands. And the right foot down. Press into the outer edge of your right foot and cartwheel yourself up into warriors. Make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. And then turn your left hand up, exhale back, peaceful look. Come back to warrior two. Turn your left hand up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Press into the outer edge of your right. And come back to warrior two. Bend your left arm, reach your left thigh, reach your right arm up and over, side angle. And come back to warrior two. Side angle again. And back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, reach forward. Bring your left hand down to your shin or a block. Find that rotation, line your hips up. Get your bottom hip under your top hip. Come up to stand. Turn your toes to the right. Bring your arms up overhead, bring your heels in, sit down into your version of dogs. Anywhere you want to go, as deep as you want to make this. You can bring your hands to your inner thighs or into your cactus. Adding in some sway, adjust your feet if you need to. Where you landed may not be the best place for you. Then we're going to exit out of this, coming back into our warrior two. Turn our left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. All the way through to our side angle. Back into warrior two. Cartwheel our hands down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will leave in downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your hip. And then draw your right knee forward, stepping in between your hips. Turn your back foot down, cartwheel yourself open to your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come through warrior two. Right hand on right thigh, side angle. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, hinge forward, pyramid. Or I'm sorry, triangle. Reaching your left arm up. Lift back up to stand. Turn your toes to the left side of your mat, bring your heels in, bring your hands to your waist and start to hinge forward. Coming into a forward fold, bring your fingers down to a mat or a block. Adjust your toes so they're your turnout or your stance is what feels right for you, what feels right for your hips. You can walk your hands back between your legs. You can hold on to opposite elbows. Whatever feels right for you in this forward fold today. And then from here, we're going to walk back towards our front foot, turning our front foot towards the front of our mat, and we're going to peel up and open into our triangle pose from here. Yep, you got it. Beautiful. Come back into your warrior two, and then cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Put your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee, open your hand. Draw your left knee forward as you slide and step your left foot up between your knees. Turn your right heel down, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot, cartwheel yourself open to warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come through to warrior two. Bend your left arm, place it on your left thigh, reach your right arm up and over. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, reach forward, coming into triangle. Left hand on left thigh, arm up, beautiful, Marnie. Great alignment. And now stand all the way up, turn your toes to the long side of your mat, bring your heels to where your stance is comfortable, hands on your waist. Breathe in, lengthen, exhale, fold forward. In any way that feels good for you. Letting your head hang down, maybe swaying your hips, maybe not. And then you're gonna turn your left toes to the front of your mat, walk your hands over to your left foot. With your left hand on your ankle or the ground, you're gonna twist up and open, coming back into that triangle pose. And stand all the way back up. Come back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. We will meet in down facing dog. Put your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your hip, twirl out your ankle. And then twirl in the other direction. Now draw your knee forward, coming into your pigeon prep. Bringing your right knee behind your right ankle, slide your left leg back behind you. Slowly let yourself melt down. Putting on cushions or blocks, or all the way down on the floor, whatever you might have available to you. Get comfortable, as comfortable as you can get in this pose. Get to a place where you're starting to feel relaxed, where you can feel your hips let go. Make as many adjustments as often as you need to. There is no rule that says you get into the pose and you hold it, and you can't move and you can't adjust. You get into the pose and then you adjust it. And then you get into the pose again and you adjust it. And you keep moving. You breathe in, exhale, relax. Feel free to take a big inhale and then exhale out, fluttering your lips. Try that again, just letting everything go. little minute adjustments to it. Start to lift your torso coming out of this pose. Then we're gonna roll onto our right hip as we come up so that we can swing our left leg around and come into the seated twist. So your left ankle is on the outside of your right knee and that's available. Sit up tall. And then bring your right elbow crease to your left knee. And start to slowly, from your torso, from your waist, so not your chest and shoulders first, your waist first, start to twist and look over your left shoulder. From here, if you feel like you have a little bit more space, maybe you can bring your left hand over towards your right hip. And then slowly release, come into a tabletop position. And there you'll make your way into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out, find your alignment, and then float your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your hip. Twirl your ankle. And then twirl your ankle. Start to draw your left knee towards your left wrist as you set up for pigeon. Extend the right leg back behind you. And slowly let yourself come on down. Making the adjustments as you make your way to you need a cushion under your hip. Check back over, make sure your back leg are straight. Extend your back leg a bit more. We're going to relax down on something. I want you to try and let go of the tension in your shoulders. Try breathing in and fluttering your lips and your exhale. See if that flutter can come from your chest, come from your shoulders. Onto your left hip so that you can slide your right leg all the way around. Bringing your right ankle to the outside of your left knee. See if you can find your way to sit evenly on those sit bones, sit nice and gentle. And then hook your left elbow over your right. Now think about turning from your waist, your chest, then your shoulders and neck last all the way to the right. Found extra space by doing that. Maybe you can bring your hand around your head. Peace. Go ahead and uncross your feet, and we'll do a slow roll down to our back. Count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, chest. Gently rock side to side. This is an opportunity for you to do anything that you may still want to do, any stretches or movements. Otherwise, we'll all draw our knees into our armpits. And if it's comfortable, go ahead and flex your feet and go back into another happy baby, starting class or ending class where we started it. Gently rock from side to side. And then go ahead and slowly extend your legs away from your body. Extend your arms away from your body. Let everything get nice and heavy. Lift your right leg up. And let it move out an inch further and then drop it down. Lift your left leg up, extend it out an inch further, and then let it drop down. Do the same thing with your arms, you're reaching them away from you, and then letting them get. As you let the weight of your body sink into the mat, the back of your head, shoulders, your hips, your ankles, all make connection, and release into. Bring your energy and attention to your feet, to your toes. Curl your toes in on each other, tighten and squeeze your ankles together, and then release, shake it out, let it go. Bring your energy and attention to your legs, to your calves, your shins, your knees, your thighs. Squeeze every muscle in your legs together, squeezing them in, wrapping them around your leg bones, tensing them, tightening them, let them go, shake them in. And then relax. Bring your energy and focus to your hips and your waist. Tighten your hip muscles. Squeezing your waist. Draw it all in towards your center line. Tighten it up. And then exhale, let it go. Shake it out. Bring your energy and attention to your chest and your shoulders. Tightening your chest, squeezing it in, tensing it out. Tensing your shoulders. And then exhale, let it go. Let it relax. Bring your energy and focus to your hands. Place your thumb and your palm around your other four fingers around it. Squeeze it. Squeeze, 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 and then let it go. Shake it out. Bring your energy and attention to your arms, to your forearms, your elbows, your biceps, your triceps. Tighten every muscle around your bones. Squeeze it tighter, and then let it go. Shake it out. Relax. Bring your energy and attention to your neck, your head, your face. Squeeze your facial muscles. Purse your lips. Squish your eyes closed. Scrunch up your cheeks. Tighten it out from your ear to one ear to the other ear. Tighten your jaw. And then let it go. Shake it out. Let it release. From the top of your head all the way down to your big toe, squeeze and tighten and tense every single muscle in your body. Wrapping everything around that center line, your spine, tightening it up, squeezing it and compressing. And then exhale. Let it all go. Let it melt into the ground and relax. Welcome, stay in your Shavasana for longer. If you're ready to come out, you can start to slowly wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Reach your arms up overhead, taking a big stretch. Draw your knees in if that's comfortable for you, or just roll straight onto your side. Your time there. And when you're ready, softly press yourself up to a seated position. Moving slowly. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, draw your hands down towards the center. Place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Feel your heartbeat, feel the breath moving around inside of you. Acknowledge the time that you've taken for yourself today. And I thank you for letting me lead you through your practice. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.